Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to my Football Manager 2021 tutorial for pre-season. Now off the top, admin for YouTube. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell for notifications when I upload new videos, and of course hit thumbs up to make sure you like the video to help other people find it. Now in pre-season, we're sort of more post-season right here in this particular, where I am in this Barcelona game, but we're off season, so that's close enough for me. So the couple of things that we're going to go through is what to do in a preseason, particularly your first season, but in general, just preseason. Now, first thing I was thinking you want to do is go to your staff tab here and just check the staff. Have you lost any staff? Do you have any sort of empty spots here? Now, in this case, yes, we do. They're recruitment analysts for both of them, it looks like. And so make sure that if you want, I mean, I don't particularly use, I don't know what a recruitment analyst is, so I don't particularly use them. But if you've got empty spots there that you want to fill, it happens all the time. Staff retires and you don't realize they've retired, their contract's up and you haven't realized. The board can sometimes just randomly offer you extra positions. So just make sure that your staff levels are filled up the way you want them. You can also go and check the youth teams, and the way you would do that is go down to Development Center, under 19 staff, and again you can see, and then go to the B team staff. You can see if there's any other positions there that can be filled, and if it's your responsibility to do that, and I'll do a different video on staff so I don't get stuck in this too much, then make sure you go in and fill those roles as well. So once you've done that, your staff numbers are done, what you want to do is you want to set up the tactics you want to use and then start training those tactics. So for Barcelona here, this is mostly the way that I've wanted to play. You can see I've got 3 different tactics here. Familiarity, now we've played them for a season, so we're starting to get there. But what you want to do is you want to set that up so that the players are training and you're using these in friendlies so that they start to develop sort of the little link-ups there, and just generally everybody knows what they're doing. Now, if you go to the training thing here, training tab, it'll tell you here again the familiarity and what aspect of it is that you need to work on. Now, if it's position, duty, role, now again, it's not the best example because they're all on summer holidays right now. That's a little bit more difficult. But if it's something like passing style, you can see there, or creative freedom, marking. These are all things that that you can go and do here. So if passing is the issue, you go to technical, and it might be ball retention, or it might be, whatever it is you want to do there. Defending, again, you can kind of let the players or their familiarity and their formation kind of guide what it is that needs to be worked on. But you want to get all this set up in pre-season so that you're training it, so that you're ready to hit the ground running when the season starts proper. Now, one other thing you want to do while we're here is you are going to want to, in pre-season, go down to Extracurricular here, and team bonding. What this is going to do is you can see their happiness, team cohesion, everything like that is increased. So you can do it once a week. You want to be doing that in pre-season. Community outreach can be a decent one as well. It's done as a team. I've never really, if you know, let me know in the comments. I've never really understood if this sort of helps get crowd into the games as well. You would imagine it would do, but I've never really seen a benefit, that benefit in sort of crowd attendances. But definitely team bonding is something you want to do, because what that'll help with as well is if you go up to team dynamics here, team cohesion. Now, especially when you first come into a club, or if you make a number of signings, this is going to drop. And the team bonding is a very, very good way to get this going in the right direction. And this does really help your performances on the field as well. So having sort of checked all the off-field stuff, that brings you then to on-field stuff, friendlies, and you need to play friendlies mostly for match fitness. Now you can see here at the start of the preseason last time around, usually I think 6 to 8 friendlies is usually, for me, I find the sweet spot. Now to arrange a friendly, you go down here to this tab, and it brings you into this window here. Now I always think that you really want to try and haul yourself out in spring training. I keep saying spring training, in pre-season. So away, you can either play home or away. Now, if you go at home, particularly if you have a big stadium, it can be beneficial. You can see here, now this is the fee that clubs are going to ask. You're going to have to pay a club to come there. So we'd have to pay Arsenal just over $1 million, and we get 2.5. So we're still gonna make money off of it. And because we have a big stadium, then that kind of works for us. But if you're a team that has a small stadium, but I just like in general, because it challenges the team a little bit more, if you play away from home, and you can see now, this obviously, again, because we have a big stadium, isn't going to quite work out in our favor. But teams with smaller stadiums, this is definitely the way to do it. So you go down, find whoever it is that's offering you the biggest fee, and go with that. Now, because this is so early in preseason, that might be an issue if we try another one. Yeah, so in the case of Barcelona, basically, it doesn't work out like this. We want to be hosting them to get the most money. But always go down there and check. Just see where how it works for you, how your club's going to get the most money. And don't just fall for the... I mean, now, because we are Barcelona, there's no bigger clubs than us. But obviously, if you're a smaller team, there will be bigger reputation teams. But don't just assume that whoever it is that's in the sort of the biggest reputation teams are going to offer you the most money. It's not always the case. Now, in this situation, it looks like it might be. But sometimes down here, you might find an MLS club. You might find, look, see, middle MLS teams here offering $260 for Orlando City, $364 for Seattle. Now, that is more than some of the teams here, than Chelsea or Liverpool or Manchester City were offering. So you always check all the way down, because even I've seen sometimes some Chinese clubs or some Thai clubs can offer some big fees to make you come and play there. So don't just go to the top one. Go down and basically whatever's going to make you the most money. And like I said, in the case of Barcelona, that's going to be teams coming to us, and it's probably going to be the teams in the top. But let's see, if we were to say offer Club Brugge a friendly, we're paying less, but we're also going to make less. So it's probably you're better off in this situation going for the highly prestigious friendlies. But that changes from club to club. In the case of Barcelona, this is how we'd want to do it. I've had in the past, if my FM20 series, when I was at Brentford or when I was at Bala Town, we wanted to play away from home because we could make more because we had smaller stadiums. So that is that. Now, the other thing you want to bear in mind, I'll cancel that. I won't arrange those in friendlies, is if we go up here and have a look at the teams that we played, it's not about results. Results don't matter. What you want to do is you want to get as many of your players match fit as possible. So that would mean, ultimately, I always think you want to play in these formations because it'll help develop sort of the partnerships there. So you do want to do that. But what you basically want is when the season starts to have everybody as match sharp as you can possibly get them. You want to, again, make sure you're hitting the ground running when the season starts. So the way that I sometimes will usually do it is I will break the squad up into two teams. And that way the players are playing together as an 11, but they're rotating every second friendly. And then once you get to sort of the last 2-3 friendlies of, probably 2 friendlies of preseason, then start putting together what you think is your best team. You can see in this last friendly here. So yeah, just don't really worry too much about subs. Don't worry about winning. Just focus on, for the most part, getting everybody match sharp. And then, for the last 1 or 2 friendlies, start putting out what you think is going to be your best team, and get ready to hit the ground running when the season starts. So that's, I guess, a basic guide to how I personally set up preseason, or how I go about preseason. If you do find team cohesion is really low, playing more friendlies will help in that. What you've got to be careful of is when you get to the start of the season, if you've played 15 friendlies, if you go to your medical center here, you'll start finding players are fatigued before the season starts. That's not ideal. I'll typically leave it a week between the last friendly. It was a little bit more than a week here between the last friendly and the first game, just to give players a chance to recuperate. But just cannot stress enough, do not worry about results. You're not going to get sucked, even if you lose every friendly in preseason. Just use it purely to get an idea of combinations, who works well together, and just making sure that your players are match fit. Now, one other thing I always think is worthwhile doing in preseason, the training will be preseason training. Just every now and again, just go in and just do things like practice defending set pieces, just little things like that. maybe once a week, twice a week, just so that, again, the team's ready to go when the season starts. But again, I'll do a separate tutorial on how I personally set up training. But that's it for this one, short and sweet about preseason. If you have enjoyed it, if you found it helpful, make sure you hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We have some Let's Plays going on the channel as well, so make sure you check those out. And I will see you, whether it be for the next tutorial or on a Let's Play, I'll see you for that one. Take care.